best podcast known to man. The Idle Talk.
Alright, bro. Are you ordering food?
No.
You ordering edibles on Uber Eats?
Yo, what are you doing?
Bro.
Fucking craziest op I've ever seen in my life,
What do you mean, bro?
Let me know when we start.
Bro, that shit looked like you was on Uber Eats, bro. Yo, put that shit on mute. Put that shit on mute. Your shit was on mute?
Muted. Yeah,
just
muted.
check.
It's always muted. I don't even get... You act like I be
Bro,
getting
you got
texted.
mad hoes, bro. The
Stop.
time your camera was on, and I was like, yo, I'm looking at it. The shit got mad notifications that one day, bro.
You know damn well.
Back when we did 2 camera angles, that was crazy.
You know it damn well.
Welcome back to Idle Talk. Once again, I'm here with the boy, Fabrian. Fabrian, say hello.
What is up?
It's been a long time, bro. It's been a long ass time.
So fucking long since I've been in front of the camera.
That's so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like 2 months.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do no minis.
Not a single bitch. Not a single one.
You could have been like, hey guys, it's your boy Fabrian.
My life isn't exciting, bro. You wanna know what the fuck I was doing for those 3 months?
Okay, what you did for 2 months?
Working.
Okay.
Working out.
Okay, but working out is an interesting story.
And then I stayed home.
Working out's interesting.
That's it.
You could have updated us every week on your progress.
Nobody want to hear about that.
Yo, you know, fun fact.
Yeah.
I started an Idle Talk documentary.
Yep.
So I got a few videos of like when you first came on.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Like when you expressed interest, and then I, the day of, oh, we're about to record a Fabrian, and then I was like, all right, those are the only 2 clips I have. So then I made one. I made one in Baltimore. I was like, hey, I forgot I was gonna do this, but I was like, it's either gonna be a sick ass last episode or oh
Bro,
shit.
I have the very first episode we recorded
On your phone?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Nice.
The
very first one?
The very rough draft, of me, you, and Joanne just sitting in a room.
Is it the Star Wars one?
No, it was us talking about
the very first one?
The very first one.
Did that ever get released?
No, because it was us just testing out all the equipment after we got it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was how I think it's once you guys finally got the next mic for a guest, you guys were like, we should try it out, and then that's when we tried it. But yeah, I have that whole episode on my phone. I haven't deleted it. Just the audio though. This is before we never did it. We didn't do video.
Just the audio?
Yeah, we didn't do video.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's something.
I would love to see it, bro.
That's something to drop.
Would love to see it.
For December, we could drop throwback episodes. There was one I had on my other laptop that I did with a producer from the UK, and then my file got corrupted.
Damn.
So, and then my laptop died, so that's why I have this MacBook now.
Yeah.
But that laptop just completely died, and then I got it fixed.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Yeah, we could fix your hard drive," and then he didn't fix the hard drive. What was that?
I have no fucking.
Too much Dead by Daylight the noises be fucking me up.
Yeah.
There's
You play with headphones on, right? So it's even louder?
No, I have to blast the TV because Malik's PS4 doesn't have a mic. So I blast the TV, so that's just on 100. And so
there'll be... You know how we feel about that, bro.
There'll be noises in real life, and I'll be like, I'll turn like a dog. I'll be like, what the fuck was that?
It happens when I have both my headsets on, when it's blasting, and I hear something, I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's nothing. It's just me being fucking paranoid.
Bro, you know that night you FaceTimed me?
Yeah.
And I was being mad paranoid?
Yeah.
There was a paper bag moving in the fucking basement, and I got dumb scared, bro. I fucking turned on my flashlight. I was like, who the fuck is fucking with me right now? That shit was crazy.
Did you like being down there?
In the basement?
Yeah.
It was only down there because it was so hot and everywhere else in the house. So
Did you fuck with being down there? No.
Yeah, it was pretty chilly down there.
I liked it.
It was nice.
That's where I was when I was down there.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be there the whole time.
I liked it. I fucked with it.
Yeah, I feel like it's
I would prefer Lena's room. I think she has the best room.
She does have the best room and the best bathroom.
Yeah.
But she doesn't get hot water in there, so she's having a tough time being alive, I guess.
Yeah.
Being alive. But speaking about being alive, I left Malik sick. He was not feeling well yesterday, and so I was like, well,
get well soon.
If I don't see you ever again, my bad. I didn't get him sick. He just I left Baltimore and he was sick. You know how when you go, I don't know. You know how you go somewhere and then you say, "Oh, I left it better than when I found it."
Yeah.
Not the case. I left him in worse condition than when I originally showed up.
That sucks.
But it was funny because I met his mom. She was there for 4th of July. Yeah. Wow. And so I went there and I was like, oh shit, your mom's here? And he was like, yeah. I was like, that's so crazy. And he's like, I didn't tell you. I was like, nah, we were supposed to meet up in Washington, D.C. Yeah. And he's like, oh shit, yeah, I didn't go because my mom came. I was like, yeah, I figured. Because you didn't text me.
How was it meeting his mom?
She's mad funny.
Did she like realize it was like who you guys have been talking to this whole time?
Yeah, she's mad funny. They're from the Caribbean. Yeah. And so he'll be like, oh, me and Fernando are married. And she'll be like, yo, get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but like she knows his jokes, but like because they're from their culture's like a little bit different, so they don't really like joke around with that stuff. But like he'll like, I guess because he joked about it so much, like she's like more like accepting of actual like gay people, you know, because of that. So it's like. It's cool to see.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Before, like, she'd be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not true. But like, you'd be like, yo, it is. It's like we for real. Like, da da da. And then I was like, and then he was like, this is my mom. I was like, oh, my mother-in-law. Then we all started dying, bro. Like, we broke out in laughter. Like, I feel like a few months ago, it would have been
like weird.
Yeah, but she was with it. She was funny. She was like, ha 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 ha. That's so funny. Good. And then we were in Target, and she was like, oh, grab that. And I was like, why? I'm like, oh, because you told me you and Malik like it. I gotta get something for my son-in-law. And I was like, yo, that's mad funny. We were walking by because he was at work and I had just gotten there. She was like, yo, can you entertain my mom for a little bit? I'm like, yo, anything for my mother-in-law. And she kept making that joke. Yeah. And then at Target, she gave it back. She was like, oh, I gotta get it for my son-in-law. So that was mad funny. But yeah, she was a sweet lady actually. Yeah. And she cooked for us and it was mad good. She made us like a shepherd's pie. Ooh. But like the Caribbean version of a shepherd's pie, it's like different ingredients, but it's like.
Is it like oxtail instead of chicken?
No, it's
oxtail's good as fuck.
Beef, like ground beef. I think that's how a shepherd's pie is, but a lot more vegetables.
Isn't a shepherd's pie chicken?
No, I thought it was beef.
Isn't it like?
I thought it was beef. I thought it was ground beef. Anyway, it was like a layer of ground beef. It was like a layer of peas, carrots, and then they like bell peppers, and then mashed potato, and then another layer of ground beef, and then another layer of mashed potato, ground beef, mashed potato, and cheese on the top.
You're right. I was mixing two dishes up.
Chicken pot pie, you were thinking?
Chicken pot. That's what I was like. I know it's a different hot pie, but I can't think about it. I was like, isn't it grilled chicken, bro? I swear to God.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, you're right. It's
so chicken pot pie
and ground beef.
Yeah.
Got it.
But it was mad good. It's like I don't know how she cooked it to where the mashed potatoes were soft when you bit into it, but like, it felt like it was bread on the top.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was really good.
You didn't save me a slice, bro.
Bro, that she made that shit July 5th. So if you wanted me to bring you a slice from July 5th, feel free.
I would have ate it, bro. You should have froze it. Put that motherfucker in the freezer.
He froze some chicken that they made. Yeah. And he was like, "Yo, can you cook this?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, remember my mom made it?" I was like, "Bro, I wasn't here when she made this." Oh. He's like, yeah, you came the day after we ate chicken. I was like, yeah, bro, I came the day after.
Was it fried chicken?
No, it was baked chicken, but with all like she seasoned it and stuff, or spices and stuff. It was pretty tasty.
So like an oven roasted chicken. Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah, pretty much.
That sounds good as fuck.
But it was just the drumsticks.
So you had a little 4th of July party. What else did you do in Baltimore?
We went to this thing called First Thursdays.
First Thursdays.
So every Thursday, the first Thursday of every month.
Yeah.
It's like a food festival, outside concert kind of deal. Okay. But it's not really like a major celebrity like singing or anything like that. It's like local acts and stuff, and they're on the stage for like half an hour to an hour, and then somebody else takes over and they just vibe through their music. And so I went the first time. I was super excited. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna spend mad money here. I'm gonna get this, get that, get that." And all the food turned out to be kind of ass.
What did you get?
I got.
Let's start from the beginning. When you
when I walked in.
What did you eat?
I ordered a burger.
What type?
It was like a bacon barbecue burger. Bacon barbecue burger with the little fried onions in it. Ooh. Yeah, and so I was like, all right, that sounds mad good. That sounds tasty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was like $20. And I was like,
damn.
Yeah.
No fries, nothing? Just a burger?
It came with fries, but they gave me chips because they ran out of fries.
Wow.
Sweet home Alabama. But yeah, they gave me chips and fries.
Like a bag of chips?
No, like the fried chips that they cut the little potato circles and then they fry it. Oh. So they gave me that. And then I ate it. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good. It was like an average. And I waited like 20 minutes for it too. So I waited 20 minutes in line.
Yeah.
Ordered. Waited 20 more minutes. Got my food.
That's crazy.
And then it wasn't even that good. So, and the music was
1
ass.
to 10.
1 to 10? Like
for
5.
5.
5. Yeah. Yeah. It
That's
was.
not good.
Yeah,
for
I know.
$18.
It was $20. It was food trucks all around.
What was the food truck called? So I know not to go.
I don't remember, but I know it's orange. So if you ever
go,
go, I'll be like, yo, that one, the $20 barbecue bacon onion burger, don't get that.
Okay. What was next on the agenda? Like the next food?
Or
did you just give up? You're like, this is ass. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like I spent so much money, and I was like, nah. And I got a soda. It was $5. It was a little can soda too.
Damn.
$5. They really sucked the skin off my dick for that one.
Hey, what a saying! Suck the skin off my. I'm using that.
Bro, that's the first line you used from me.
What?
That's not the first line you used from me.
I don't
be citing his sources.
I don't know what you're talking about.
APA format. If you know, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, and then I think the experience was just fun because we all got to hang out, and it was like the first.
So you only had one thing to eat at food festival.
Yeah, it was yeah.
That's crazy. Bro.
And then we didn't even stay to listen to the music because it was kind of bad. So we showed up.
What type of music was it?
It was like indie pop, indie rock.
That's not bad.
No, it's just the people who were performing were bad. I feel like if they were a little bit better, it would have been a more enjoyable experience. And that's what I feel like it was the second time we went. So I got to go to 2 first Thursdays. So I was there for a month, basically.
What was the second one like?
It was the same vibe, but this time they were giving out free watermelon. Okay. So I just kept swiping by the stand and grabbing some watermelon. It was like
you didn't eat none?
I don't know. I was eating it.
No, I'm saying, did you buy anything from the
Oh, yeah.
stand?
And then I went to a seafood truck because I wanted shrimp. I wanted shrimp and chips, right?
Okay.
I was like, all right, that sounds pretty good.
From a food truck?
The food truck isn't a food truck on its own. It's like a restaurant that has a food truck and they send it to events.
Oh.
So there's a sit down restaurant. I think we went by it before. It's that boat looking restaurant when we were in Baltimore. Okay. It looks like a ship and you can go eat. So they send a food truck out when they do catering and private parties and stuff like that.
Shrimp and fries, you said?
So shrimp and fries.
Was that like chip and fries?
It was It was $15.
Not as bad as
the other
or
one.
20, whatever the fuck.
I didn't get a drink.
Okay.
From there. And when I got my food, they were like, "Hey, we ran out of fries.
Again?
Here's some chips."
Again?
Again. And so they gave me these tiny ass shrimp, like this big, tiny.
Damn, for $14 or $16?
$15. But it was a lot better than the first sandwich. I would give it like a 7.
Okay.
A 7. I feel like 7 is being generous, but those chips were really good.
You know how much content you could have made if you kept buying food though? You could have reviewed the whole.
Bro, that's $15.
Yeah.
If I made 10 TikToks, do the math. How much is that?
Not enough.
No, I'm saying for how much do I need to pay for that?
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't make enough.
I wouldn't know.
Because if each dish is 14, you'll make about $14 from one video.
If that.
Yeah.
If that.
If that. Yeah, it's not enough.
If that, then this. But
you would need to be sponsored by like the festival for them to like give you
but that day I got the shrimp. I got a vodka orange flavor.
Ooh.
It was like a good mix. It was like
a bottle?
No, it was like a cup. So it looked orange on the bottom and then it was like a white-ish color going up. So it looked like a gradient. And that was tasty. And I got the small. I didn't get the large.
Yeah.
And I paid $11. And so my total already was what, $26 up to that point.
I bet you was still hungry as shit.
And I was mad hungry. And we got home and
that's why you kept going
on
to that
the way home. On the way to the car.
Yeah.
Because Target's right down the road, so we're gonna go to the car, go to Target, because Malik needed some tank tops because the washing machine was broke. So Malik is digging into his winter clothes.
And it's hot out.
Yeah, but since he works in the lab, it's always cold in there, so it kind of makes sense.
Okay.
It's like working in a grocery store when like why is everybody wearing like a windbreaker and a hoodie? It's because it's fucking cold as fuck in it. So it's like a little bit justified at that point. So he's digging in winter clothes. He's like, I need tank tops, and I needed to stock up on tank tops. Now I have a reason to. For him, he like needs like a logical reason. Like I need to, like he'll notice he needs something, but he's like, I need to wait until like I absolutely need it, and so he needed it now.
I think I'm the same way. I won't
Yeah,
restock
crazy,
on something
bro.
until like it's completely out.
You're like, I got one left.
Yeah.
I gotta make it last a
Then
little
I'll
bit
buy a new
longer. So we went to Target. On the way to Target, there was a soft serve truck.
Yeah.
And I got ice cream. I got the classic soft serve with sprinkles.
How much?
$4.
They charge $4 for a soft serve now?
Yeah. It was. I feel like it was only because of the event too.
Remember, like a big soft serve with like rainbow sprinkles was like $1.50.
I remember, good times. Not no more.
Wow, $4.
Yeah. And use Apple Pay too.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Back then we'd have to run at the truck with change.
You had to chase the truck, losing quarters along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But. So yeah, that was $4, and then I went to Target, and then I spent another $16 because I got the juice, a cran tropical juice.
Okay.
It's pretty tasty. Malik made a cocktail out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty actually good. It was the same thing.
You spent mad money on mangoes.
I did.
I saw that.
Bro,
You was eating mangoes every day.
I ate mangoes for like 2 weeks, and I made like 100 TikToks with them.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, but it's crazy because every day I would record myself for 2 minutes straight just eating mangoes, and then I'll just download TikToks, take the audio, and then just paste it into my video, and then just post that.
I was like, damn, bro, how much? Because I remember when we were there and eating, they're like 10-something.
No, they're like $4.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, but then they started getting bad. Like the ones like I was getting was like
the bad
juicy, amazing, and then all of a sudden like there was a shift I made and I started buying oranges instead that were pre-cut already because it's like 3 oranges for like $4. I was like, that's perfect. I get to eat 3 oranges worth, and then I noticed because the shit still looked like it needed time to like ripen. It was like white-ish. Yeah. And so I was like, I don't want to eat that. So.
Oh yeah, it probably wouldn't be as good.
There's a time and place for that because I feel like if you use those like not too ripened mangoes and you put like lime and like tahini and like a little bit of salsa. Yeah. Not salsa, but like hot thing.
Then it's more a mild mango flavor.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a nicer.
The ripe ones are super sweet. That's why they're good to eat.
I love the ripe ones. Yeah. And so every single time I got a ripe one, I would put it to my camera on my phone and be like, look.
How much did you spend on mangoes, bro? How much do you think while you was down there? If every day you get into the gym,
every day I went,
and each time you went and got mangoes, that's $5 a day.
$5 a day. Probably like $100 in mangoes. Wow. But that's what I would spend anyway. I love mangoes. That's a lot. When I lived in Baltimore, I had a mango budget. This month, I got $200 for mangoes. I could spend it however I.
Just on mangoes?
Just mangoes, yeah.
That's wild.
Bro, mangoes are mad good.
They are, but...
I like mangoes. When we spend my $200 on crack...
You know what? I'm not going to say shit. You're right. It's your money.
Could be worse.
It's your money. What the fuck I'm talking
Could be alcohol.
About? I'm not going to yuck your yum. If you like it, fuck it.
Bro, mangoes are not yuck.
Some people might think that. I love mangoes.
I love mangoes.
Me too. They're one of my favorite...
For mangoes.
One of my favorite fruits. They're really good. Watermelon's also out there.
Oh, my God. The watermelon that we got on first Thursday was amazing. Yeah. Me and Lena just kept swinging back to get mangoes. But there was 3 girls hanging out mangoes, and we went 3 times. I mean, watermelons. Oh. And so we went to the first girl. She was distracted. We went to the second girl.
So none of them knew that you kept retaking.
And then that girl was distracted. Then we went to the third girl, and then by the time we came back for a 4th time, they were packing up to leave. But I think that's a watermelon farm in Maryland, and then we're going to like, hey, you could come pick watermelons, and
you really stuck out this mango shit.
My mouth is like watering because you brought up mangoes and you talked about mangoes so much. You got any mangoes?
I do not. We can get some.
That's crazy.
But they're expensive as fuck over here.
I know, and Whole Foods is like $10.
Yeah, it's not like Baltimore was $5.
No, we're like Mexican Whole Foods, like $4.
I wish, bro.
Bro, it's $4.16.
And you get more in Mexican Whole Foods.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it was right next to the LA Fitness, so I'll just go to LA, come out, get my mangoes.
I go to my new gym. It's like a supermarket right next to it. Yeah. And I just go to that.
Nah, yo, speaking about Whole Foods, how I robbed them today, huh?
You robbed? Oh.
So we were walking around Whole Foods. He was like, "Oh, we need to go because I need to get milk so we can make protein shakes."
Protein shakes. Yeah.
I was like, "Perfect." So we go, and I see this bar because we were looking at the Hydro Flask, and you're like, because I told you mine's fucked up, and you're like, oh, look at that, they're on sale, and I was like, oh, let's see how much on sale, and then I did the math, it was not worth it, and so I was like, oh, look, this protein bar looks good, and it was a lemon squeeze, lemon bar protein shake, protein bar. Damn. My bad, bro. Yo, get off my dick, bro.
Look who's fucking up all his words today, bro.
I'm nervous, right? This is my second podcast in 2 days.
Usually you be calling me the fuck out every time I do it, bro. Go ahead.
You're gonna slip up. Watch. And I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for when you slip up. I can dish it out and I can take it.
Go ahead.
I can dish it out better.
Lemon bar, go.
Lemon bar, right? And then we make a circle. We get some hot food. I was like, let's look what's there. And then we saw these 2 types of chicken.
Bro, they started selling this new shit. Like they smell like McDonald's chicken nuggets. They're like little crispy. I thought for sure the moment I take a bite of it, they'd be soggy. Cause that's always what it's like.
It was
anytime
good.
I get their fried food, anytime it's always like a soggy, crunchy instead of like the.
You know why? I think it's because we went at like fucking.
Just when they made them, yeah.
10 a.m.
They were good as a bitch.
So there was 2 flavors: the buffalo chicken one,
yeah,
and then the sweet chili that I
got.
chili,
yeah.
And so we fill up these small bins because we know like they charge that shit by the pound, and it's like $45.
Yeah.
And so I grab it, and then I put my lemon bar, I scan it, and I leave it on the scale, which I didn't know was a scale. I mean, I knew, but I wasn't thinking about it. And then I'm like, all right, let me grab my food. I put it close to me, and then I start putting in the code and the self-checkout, like hot bar, small container, and it said, all right, done. And I just went to pay, and I ended up paying $4 for the hot food container.
Asshole, bro.
And then I'm like, as I'm like putting in my credit card, I'm like realizing like $4 is like mad little.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I asked Fabrian as we were walking out, and I waited until we were out the door. I was like, yo, how much you paid? And you were like, $12. And I was like, bro, I paid $4. And I looked
at the worst part is that he got way more chicken than me. Bro. He got way more chicken than me. And he paid $4, and I paid like 12. And I was like, wow, bro, what the fuck?
You barely got any chicken.
Yeah.
You got a decent amount, but I kind of like overstuffed mine. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just get the chicken because I knew we had mac and cheese and rice that I brought from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because I had just gotten here. I didn't like wait like 2 days and kept it in my car. But yeah, I was like, yeah, we'll share that. We split that, and then I looked at my receipt.
Today. Oh no, we already spoke about that.
What?
Right?
What?
What we did to the gym? Because
we
were at fucking Home Foods, because we were at the gym.
Yeah, because we went to the gym today.
Prior. But I think we spoke about that already in the mini.
We did in the mini, but we could like briefly touch upon it. But let me finish my thought.
It didn't work.
Yeah, you tried leg day, it didn't work. The bar was $2, almost $3 itself, the lemon bar.
Yep.
And then the food, I paid $1.08.
Yep.
So that was a big win. And then I was like, yo, I feel bad. You were like, nah, fuck that billionaire. He don't need your money. And I was like,
fuck
you
that
right.
billionaire.
I was like,
he
you
don't
right.
need money.
He doesn't need my money. So that made me feel
$1 billion
better.
company.
And now
he need your $4. Fuck out of here.
Nah, he needed
fuck
my $8 more dollars to balance
fuck
it
you
out.
And your chicken.
I stole
I hope everybody robbed the hot food from you, bro.
So all you gotta do is take a little lemon bar in a little box and not look guilty, because the thing was, I was genuinely confused on why it was like so cheap, but I said, fuck it. I'm not gonna deny my blessing. Boop.
I did it correctly and paid way too much money.
See, it's because he used to work there, so he was like, boop, boop, easy.
Yeah, I did everything correctly.
Scan.
I should have done it like an idiot.
That was mad funny.
Some fucking free shit.
So speaking about your leg day, let's briefly touch upon leg day. So you don't do leg days?
Ever.
Never, ever, ever.
My leg day is boxing when I jump. That's it.
Jump rope or just in like in the
around.
ring? Like,
yeah, that's about it. That's my leg day.
But at least you're like...
I never lift weight with them.
At least your ankles are going to be strong then if you keep constantly like fucking doing pressure and shit. So I should probably do that for my ankle strength. But you were like...
I could teach you to jump rope.
You were like, oh, I got 3 sets of BB squats. I don't even know what BB means. And I was like, barbell back squats? And you're like, yeah. Because you always do that thing when you don't know what you're talking about. You're like, yeah.
That shit, yeah.
So you were like, yeah, we got to do 3 sets. I was like, 3 sets? Like, yeah, 1 warm-up sets and then 1 for 5. And then you're like, oh, look, this weight's supposed to be my max for today. I was like, bro, what? This is the 3rd set.
It wasn't 3 sets. It was 4. All right?
That's still not enough for me.
4 sets, 1 warm-up. So technically 5.
Nah, bro, right? I need...
It was 1 warm-up, 1 power, 1 max, 3 working. And that's what I was trying to do, and you were like, no.
No results. I said I need 2 pre-warm-up sets, then I need 5 warm-up sets, and then I need 5 working sets.
That's too much,
and then if I max out that day, then I max out.
But that's why you don't do any other fucking workouts.
Exactly.
You walk in and do shit like that.
I do and then my efficient as work.
You're like, I don't gotta do nothing else.
Exactly.
Leave.
I just do whatever I gotta do.
See, I'm trying to work out everything.
Nah, bro. You said I want to do 80,000 exercises.
No, it was like 5.
That's mad exercises, bro. You saw how packed that gym was?
Well, that's because...
how you gonna do the 5 exercises? Oh, my God.
I'm literally fucking recording. What? You could have texted me that. Dumbass.
Anyway, you wanted to do
It
like
was
a
only
million,
5. No,
1,000.
it was 5
workouts.
Bro. It was 5 It was like 5 or 6 workouts,
Bro
which
was
is
like,
not a lot.
Bro was like, we gotta do a hip thrust machine. I was like,
Yeah.
we don't have that here.
I have it in my gym.
In your new
Fuck
gym.
LA Fitness, bro. Trash ass gym.
So if you listen to the mini that led up to this episode, you will know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So go listen to that.
Yeah, we tried it like none of the machines were open that we wanted to
So
use.
if we
so
just- if
we
we-
did like a bunch of reps on that one machine and then just did chest and then walked out.
Yeah.
Because
And the leg press had a line. Big ass line.
had a queue.
A queue.
Had a whole queue. There was a dude sitting on it and there was 2 other dudes waiting for that one machine. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, your LA Fitness is packed all the time. Not
Yeah.
yours, okay, you don't go there, but like that LA Fitness always.
It's ridiculous,
packed,
yeah. Like, and we weren't even there like at a weird, like we were there early. I was like, what the fuck are all these people doing here, bro?
I don't know, bro.
It was like, what are all? I was
10.
like, it's literally. I was
Like
like, it's a
9 a.m.
Wednesday morning. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, what the fuck is
Like-
everyone here for?
Jobless people.
We can't talk shit because we was both there.
You know what's crazy? That was the time I would go when I was in Baltimore. So.
And I have a
But
job.
it was
so
empty as fuck every single day. Mondays empty. Tuesdays even better.
wish.
Even
I
more empty.
wish, bro.
Wednesdays emptier. Thursdays emptier. Fridays only me and like the 3 grandmas on the cardio machine. Nobody would go Fridays in the morning. It was awesome.
I must be fucking.
And
up.
I got to put my phone anywhere I wanted, record all these
Use
different
any
angles.
bench you wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Use all the weights. We got to fight for 2.5s at that fucking gym.
That's
Not
why I got
even.
them in my bag, bro. Some guy
insane.
asked me in Baltimore. He's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I've never seen those weights." I'm like, "Yeah, those are my weights." Like he asked me like, "Yo, like where'd you get those?" I'm like, I bought them because in my LA Fitness I never have 2.5 plates, so it's just easier to carry them with me. He was like, "That's
smart.
crazy," and then he walked away. But every weight is in its spot in the Baltimore LA Fitness, which is why I like it because it's like there'll be one out of place and I'll just like
Yeah.
put it back and where it goes. But it's like the people there are on track of that, and it's always clean and stuff. So,
A new gym, always on it.
how many people go to your new gym?
Like
Is
my
it like
group?
packed like
My group
when you go or
just in general?
in general? Like what's the vibe? Is it
It's-
packed like the
it's-
LA that we went to? Never.
And I think it's about the same size. Like it's not any
Bigger.
like
Yeah.
much bigger, but it's just not that many people. Like it's half of the amount of people that we were having in LA, and you still have so much room. Like they use their space so well.
Yeah.
Like unlike LA, where it's like I'm gonna put this machine here, this motherfucking machine over here. Fuck it, put this one over here. Like there's no.
Yeah.
With this, it's like this is all chest shit. This is where all the dumbbells are. There's all the squat racks, and it's like all coordinated. All the weights are color coordinated too,
Which is nice, right?
which is so good.
My LA Fitness in Yonkers it has purple, red, green, and yellow.
Yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
is. They have red ones, yellow ones, blue ones, green ones, and red ones. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the green ones are 45,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember. And then reds are, I think 35 or some shit like that. It's cool because then you don't have to like, which one is it? Every time you have to look at it's just the color.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah,
shit, too.
mine are the 55 are purples. The
Oh, that's cool.
red ones are 45s. The 25s are green. No, the 25s are yellow, and the 10s are green.
The 10s are green on ours too.
But we don't have any 35 plates. Do you have 35
Yes,
plates?
I think they're blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Interesting. I missed 35
I think you might
plates.
be right though. There is a purple one, but I didn't know it was 55. I thought it was 45.
At least for my gym, the 55 is purple.
I don't remember.
I don't think that's an industry standard by any
Yeah,
means.
I don't know.
But just
I don't
like
remember.
the
I'm
LA
not-
Fitness I go to.
My memory
purple.
is shot, dog.
You gotta be
Really
like,
bad.
all right, what am I gonna load up?
Yeah,
Purple.
that's how I do
You
it.
be like colors.
I'll be like, yo, what plates? They're like, put 2 purples. I'm like, all right, say less. Doop. Easy, so easy. For
Bro,
me.
feels like it's playing a game.
Yep.
It's like Candy Crusher.
It's like that. You know those games those kids used to have where like you put the shape in the right hole.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
yo. But yeah, it's like that.
Slapstick knee jerk comedy.
So yeah, that's what my life. That's why I haven't done minis, by the way, on this giant tangent on the question you asked me. It's just like my
Oh,
life.
like when it was
An
like
hour
2-minute
ago.
recording.
Yeah, my life is boring. All I do is work out, sleep, work.
Bro, you could have been like, yo, today I benched 185.
But you act like I'll be doing that every day. That's like once in a million.
I don't even do that every day. I go from 135
You do more.
to 225.
You do more.
I don't do any of the weights in between anymore. I'm like, that's a waste of my energy.
It is.
Yeah, so I just jump, warm up
but
5 times.
You love to waste energy. You love fucking sitting there for an hour and a half just benching.
Just benching. That's what I do.
That's what I'm saying. So why would it matter either way? You gonna be there benching anyway.
Because I know nobody else in the gym, and I get to fucking angle, watch it back. Different angle, watch it back.
You know what else?
I have been getting more attention, though, because I keep switching the camera angles, so
Yeah.
people have been watching my videos longer. I've noticed.
That's good.
Because everybody got fucking ADHD, and if it's the same angle for like 2 minutes,
think it's the
you're
same
like,
video.
yeah. But I go bam, 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 bam.
What else has been happening?
Yeah, what's up with you?
I got you. Remember in Baltimore when I was complaining about construction?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're painting.
Now they're painting.
The fucking fire escape.
Yeah, I saw that when I pulled in today.
I told you about it in the car, but I'm gonna tell the peoples. Bro, when I tell you, I woke up to a man just like staring at me at my window because I only have one what? Oh, you're doing the thing. I was like, what the fuck?
I was the guy.
I only have one window in my room, and that one window is also conveniently a fire escape.
Yeah.
And so I guess either the restaurant that is downstairs from me or the landlord herself wanted to change the color of the fire escape because it's currently green.
Yes. Which is not a bad color.
Not a bad
and
color.
he's doing a bad job painting it, by the way.
Right?
Do you see all those little droplets out there?
Everywhere. But whatever.
But you sounded kind of crazy earlier. Yo, can you stop doing that? And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because I get mad. I'm sick of people, bro. Like, I'm really sick of people sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
bro was just painting, and you're like, yo, can you stop?
For like, if you see people crossing, wouldn't you use comments and be like, yo, I'm not gonna be a dickhead and drop paint on them. Let me stop painting for like 2 seconds. And he was like, ksh, ksh, watching us going back. I'm like, yo, can you stop for like 2 minutes, bro?
And he was like, do your thing, guys.
But whatever. I wake up this morning, and I tell you, this is a grown man just standing at my window looking at me. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what is this, bro? I was like, what an invasion of privacy. Why are you just staring in my room, bro?
And the thing is, I told you in the car, and I don't think you peeped what I said, but I was like, yo, I would have started beating my dick from soft to hard until you stopped looking at me,
That's
bro.
wild, bro. But what if I was?
Huh?
Like, what if I was doing some weird shit in my room and this man was
naked
just...
push-ups?
What are you talking about?
Bro be doing naked push-ups.
Oh my god,
bro. Get a little.
I
bro, get a little muscle here, a little shoulder muscle, and he's like,
bro.
Naked push-ups.
I can't tell you shit, bro. You really the biggest op, bro.
What do you mean?
I can't tell you shit,
bro. That obviously is not true.
It's not true, bro. Come on, guys.
Yo, pull up to his fire escape.
You gonna see me pumping out fucking naked push-ups, bro. But yeah, it was weird as shit. So I literally can't catch a break in this house, bro. There's always some shit going on in this fucking crib.
Bro, that's why you're like this.
Like what?
You're just mad stressed all the time.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It is.
Bro living on the edge, literally.
Constantly.
I
can't even enjoy the privacy of my own room anymore. I just got fucking grown men staring at me through the window.
It's crazy because, like, where are your blinds at?
They're fucking fat, bro. They fell because they keep doing construction and everything that's bolted to my walls is falling, dog. It is so annoying. I can't catch a break in this building, dog. So they dropped my stupid fucking curtains and I haven't put one up yet because I was like, they're probably going to just drop the next one I put up because they're still doing construction. And then they start painting. And now I don't have a curtain, and the dude is just staring at me while I'm in bed. Do you understand what I'm going? Like, this is ridiculous, bro. Like, what is this?
I'm just watching all your audio levels spike up
oh my
to
god,
the max.
bro. I'm getting fucking heated,
bro.
It's ridiculous.
Up. Bro's like, what else? What else have I done?
I'm glad to hear that you were having a great time.
I was
bro.
having a great time. I worked for a little bit in the city. Showing around some Italian kids. They were awesome. I was like a mother. Like, they had a little graduation ceremony, and I was recording with my phone like this. You know how moms were recording? I was like, yeah,
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, I was like this. I was like holding it. And I was like clapping for them.
Where were they graduating from?
They were studying abroad for a couple of weeks. And so they were like doing English class, and then some of them were doing like a world politics class. And so I took them to the UN in Manhattan. And then they spent like 2 hours there, like taking a little tour, and it was fun for them. They were like the smartest ones there. I was like, yo, you might be
actually a genius.
This girl
you
right
might
there,
kill
like
cancer.
you might be like a world leader someday. So she's like, really? I was like, yeah, you're actually like really smart.
That's good.
So, and she speaks English pretty well too.
They didn't speak English?
Some of them, the English skills vary. So since they're from Italy, it's not really their first language. They speak it. So they taught me all the curse words.
That's not good.
So I was saying full-on curse words, but I knew when to say it and not to say it because some of their adults that accompany them, usually it's like two of them, like one male, one female. So if anything needs to. If you were cursing them no, all the cool ones were like really good with me.
Okay.
And then the really grumpy one, that's a lady. I was like, Karen, she
was she white?
Loves somebody. They're Italian. I don't know if they're white. Are they white?
Karens.
They're not Irish, are they? Irish people are white. Are Italians white? They're white passing.
I think they're white, bro. They're European. That's white.
Yeah, that's true. I thought just white people were just like British people.
No, that's Caucasian.
Caucasian.
No, British is still European, but Americans are Caucasians.
Okay.
But they're all still white.
Confusing.
Yeah, they're all still
Everything
white.
is. I'm confused. But she really liked one of the other employees, so I was like, "Yo, you could just be with that group the whole time. Just go and make that girl happy, make that lady happy."
Yeah.
But she had literally complained about every single thing, no matter what it is. Like, I'm like, I can't control that, lady. I'm like, you don't like your room? This is the university we're staying at, so I can't. Yeah. I can't fix that. That's just how the room is. I'm like, I can't do that. But she had everything. But she was so sweet at the end. She was like, "Oh, can I have this tote?" And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Oh, because my daughter has a collection of totes, like tote bags." And then so I gave her a couple of tote bags.
Huh? From where?
One that had the university's name on it, and then the other one had the university we were at last year. So I gave her both of those, and we went to Washington D.C. and we went to the Smithsonian, and I got 2 tote bags from there. So I kept one for myself, and I gave her one. I was like, "Hey, look, here's one." Well, because that was a bad trip. Washington D.C. was a fucking disaster, bro. It was hot as fuck.
Yeah,
like 100 degrees, and like kids were just like laying down on the grass. Like they're cows. You know how cows sleep?
Yeah.
Just like that. Like it's too hot, lay down on the floor. Just on the floor. And I was like, "Damn. Can you at least get on the grass? Why are you on this hot ass concrete? You're saying you're hot." Oh my god! And then one kid, he stood up, I think too fast, and then slightly passed out, and then fell mad hard on the ground.
Jesus.
Cut his whole arm, and then stood back up, and then I was like, "Sit down, kid." Why did it look like you just got hit by an NFL player and you got concussed and then try to stand back up?
Wow.
So it was, and it's funny.
How hot was it? Like
it's not funny. It was 100 degrees in Washington D.C. and it's just open area. And the thing is, the Italian kid should be used to that because that's how Italy is. It's normally hot. Like AC, like you have this on, like the first thing they're gonna say, it's fucking cold in this room.
Yeah, because they don't.
Because they don't do AC over there. But this group from Kazakhstan. They don't have the sun.
What?
Yeah, they don't have the sun.
The Borat place?
I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that's where. I don't know what that is.
I thought that place was fake.
Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
That's a real place.
I thought that was bullshit. I thought that was all made up for Borat.
They speak Russian over there, but they're Asian.
For real?
Yeah. So I learned some Russian
Borat
too.
didn't make that shit up?
I have no idea.
He made him look stupid as hell. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm from Kazakhstan," and he's like, "Look, this is my village," and he makes fun of them the whole time.
That's probably just racist media back then.
That's nuts. I thought it was fake. I thought it was like a fake village that he made up.
It's overcast all the time.
So it's always cold.
It's always like rainy? Or cold. So the sun is barely out. So when it's hot, like when the sun is blazing like it was this summer, they were like, "Nah, I don't want to do nothing. It's mad hot. I don't want to go nowhere." But that group like was the smartest group because they had like literal like 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds in the group, and typically the program was like 16 to 18 or older. So they had a ton of like smart kids in the program. But our program, since it is tailored for like 18-year-olds, so a lot of the museums and shit we went to, like exploring the city, is like kind of boring for them. So we kind of had to figure out like how do we make things fun.
Was it like history museums or art museums?
Both. So when we went to DC, it was history. So it was the American History Museum.
That I would not fuck with. That seems boring.
And then, well, we went to MoMA in New York. Fun. They hated MoMA. That
what?
Group. Yeah, they're fucking 8-year-olds. They're like,
oh, I guess you're right.
They don't give a shit about that. They were literally sitting in a circle, like interconnecting portable chargers to their phone. It was the most ridiculous thing. So they weren't having a great time at MoMA, and that was annoying. But
should have taken them to the Natural History Museum.
Natural History Museum.
Kids love that one because it's like dinosaur.
Nah, we can't. I couldn't take them anywhere that wasn't on the schedule. So the thing was pre-planned the whole summer, and it was like you have to go here on this day. That's this trip that they have. This is what you gotta talk about. This is what you gotta do. So I was like, all right, that's fucking annoying. And I was like, not even supposed to go on a lot of those trips. I was just supposed to be like, you go. I have to be in the office, but we were like short-staffed a little bit, so I had to go every single time. And they got in trouble for going every single time. I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed like? I can't stay, and then I can't not go.
Yeah.
So, it was a dilemma there.
Jesus.
But then that was over, and I was like, finally, I was fucking tired of it already. Oh my god, the Italian kids were literally sobbing. Sobbing. They were like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go home. I'm going to miss all you guys. And it's so funny that I thought all these guys were friends when they first got on.
They met here.
They met on the plane, bonded on the plane, and then came here, bonded more here.
But if they all live in Italy, I guess they can.
They can, yeah. But they all live in different parts of Italy.
Parts of it, yeah.
So this girl was like, you know how Italy looks like a boot? I live in the toe. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Damn.
I was like, that's cool.
And then the other guy's like, I live on the top of the boot.
Yeah. And so it was, I got to know all of them, and like I literally felt like a celebrity because everywhere I would go, they'd chant my name. They'd be like, Fernando, like no matter where it is, they could be in the classroom, and I would go to make sure they're in class. Yeah. They'd be like, Fernando. They see me, they start interrupting class, and I'm like, I gotta go. Sorry, teacher. Yeah, they didn't really like that they would interrupt the whole class.
That's cute though.
It was, yeah. And then I walked into the graduation ceremony mad late, and then the guy was talking like in Italian, like he was like reading out the names, and then they were like, Fernando, like mad loud. The whole room like erupted, and I was like, I told the academic coordinator, I was like, hey, by the way, if I walk in there, they might like interrupt the whole thing and like get like try to get a response from me. Yeah. And she's like, no, they won't. I'm like, no, these kids really like me. And then she's like, all right, let's go. And then I walked in, and then they started chanting my name and stomping on the ground. And the guy who was Italian is just saying people's names, and people are missing their diplomas. Yeah. They're not walking up to it. And then she's like, how much did you pay them to do that? And I was like, I haven't paid them anything. I was like, I just actually like try to do my job and be friendly and talk to them, because I felt like a lot of the other managers, like when we would spend lunch with them, like I would like walk around, hang around with them, like talk to the adults that were there and try to get to know them, where they're from and stuff. But everybody else just kind of hid in a corner, because I guess it is a crazy ass job when you got to hang out with them all fucking day. And then you got to get breakfast, and then all day, and then lunch, and then you'll still see them throughout the day. So I kind of get why some people were like, oh, I'm going to eat my lunch alone and like try to be low key. But I was like hanging out with them. And then they did a survey, and they're like, oh, who's your favorite employee? And then I had like 100 people like put my name. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, I'm popular.
That's cute.
That was cute. But then they left, and this girl was sobbing like into my shirt, and I was like, don't worry, I will never see you again.
You might.
She was so funny, bro.
I think come back
the
to
day one, there was 2 girls who just like hovered over me. That girl who was crying, and this one girl who was like too cool for everything, like the cool person, like, oh, I'm too cool to go to class, or like I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Like, yeah, they smoke like fucking crazy cigarettes. So
8th graders?
No, the Italian kids are the older kids.
Oh.
So like 16 to 18.
Gotcha.
So they still like will buy vapes and shit, like, because we're in the city, they'll sell it to anybody. They don't give a shit.
I know.
So she would just like smoke, and then like we were walking up some stairs, and she was like, Fernando, I'm so tired. I'm like, yeah, if you stop fucking smoking, your lungs wouldn't be so fucking fucked up. And she's like, but you know, we're all gonna die anyway. So I might as well just do it. And I was like, I mean, that's true, I guess, but I wouldn't want to, like, not be able to walk up one flight of stairs without...
Right? Why make it harder for yourself?
Without fucking breathing the way I should, so... Yeah, so those 2, like, hovered over me. Like, first day, like, I was like, hey, walk in the line, and she would walk next to me as I'm, like, leading them on the little tour. Like, hey, this is what we're gonna eat. This is your class. This is da-da-da. So she, like, I picked up on that day one. Like, she was just, like, too cool for everything. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. And she was like, all right, I guess I'll just go away. And I was like, yeah, you can say goodbye. You're not too cool for a goodbye. Yeah. And so she was funny. But it was like we were walking up these stairs because the escalator was out. So we were walking up the escalator in one of the subway stations. He was like, I was like, yo, go faster. Like, you're literally in front of me. Go, go, go.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't. Go. She's like, I'm tired. Go. Because sometimes, like, if I have two adults with me, one of them will take the front, and then I'll take the middle, and the other one will take the back. Because if they speak Italian, they can relay instructions better.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, good. And I'm like, she's literally in front of me. I'm like, you gotta walk. You're slowing down
so
the line.
some of them speak English.
Yeah, all of them speak English on a basic level.
Gotcha.
And then from that big group that speaks English, then a smaller group speaks fluent English.
Oh.
So them I could talk to a little bit better. And
Gotcha.
But it's a lot of like using your hands and shit. So I'm like, you're like, remember the plane you were at? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it made me feel like I was treating them stupid, but some of them, oh yeah, plane, yeah.
Got
plane,
okay.
yeah. Our bags got lost on the plane, and I was like, "Oh, that sucks."
Damn.
Yeah. So it was a whole drama with that. But overall, I had fun. They were cool.
It seems like fun.
It was not.
It seems like a fun job.
It was fun when I got to hang out with the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Like all the other hours of the day, because I literally was like on call like the whole day.
Yeah.
It sucked. So like if I spent 8 hours with the kids, that's awesome. But then the other 16 hours, I was like,
Jesus.
that sucks. This job sucks.
60 hours, that's...
Yeah, then I would sleep like a few hours, then wake up, do it again, and everybody was like, "Oh, how do you?" Like one of the kids asked me, like, "Oh, like, do you sleep?" I'm like, "Barely, but you could." But it looks like I had my full 8 hours.
Wow.
I was going crazy.
Just running on C4, wasn't you?
Yeah, the little sport one. So they sent me a sport flavor, and it's like lower caffeine.
Yeah.
And it's like lower stimulant. So I was like, I'm gonna treat this like a coffee. Like I'll like wake up, go get breakfast.
Yeah.
Then like if I'm feeling a little tired around 10, because I know my day starts like around noon, like my heavy day, I'll just like pop it before noon, start the heavy shit, and then eat dinner out in the city, and then just come home. But I was definitely like drinking it in my blender bottle, just fucking every day, just taking like a little half cup of it and just...
I would drink a Celsius whenever I had to do like a bunch of hours back to back to back.
Nah, because I feel like if I was doing the cans, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, it's
but if I could control how much I put into it, then it's not too crazy. It's just like the right formula for me. So I was like, because they had sent me 3 ultimate cases, like the powder, and I was like, I'm gonna save these for when I'm back in New York and just work out, or like bring them here when I come here. Yeah. And then I got the new flavor that I told you about earlier that they sent me. And so I was like, I'm gonna ask them to send me a smaller version, like the sport version, lower caffeine, lower stimulant. And I was like, I'll pop that throughout the day, control how much I put in, and then it should be all fine. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. But then when I started working out in Baltimore, I was like, all right, let me just two scoops instead of like the half scoop.
And it still felt good?
Yeah. It's because I was taking like half scoops to get through the middle of the day, so it wasn't too crazy or anything. But it was a lot of walking. Like I was averaging like 26,000 steps a day.
Probably burning oldie fucking
Bro,
calories.
my like legs got a little bit more toned.
Nice.
I started getting this muscle on the front of my shin.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, but I was like, it was crazy.
But I'm not even that strong in my legs either.
It's just from walking. Yeah, it's just from walking. You just get, it's like the shin splits, but it's like the muscle that is affected of it. So I started growing it, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, I was really tan on my leg too, and I was like flexing it.
Tanning?
Yeah, because I was wearing shorts walking in the city, so I was like tan.
Oh yeah, I also have a farmer's tan too.
And I was wearing a hat every single day. I was like, I can't, like my hair is like literally drying out. And I was,
you gotta wear hats with nets in the back.
Yeah, I was wearing the
bandit one.
The bandit one. Yeah. Even though that was frowned upon, I was still wearing it. I don't know. It just didn't look professional. It's a raccoon on it.
I wear mine.
I mean, if I was wearing this one, that would have been a whole
I wear mine
problem.
to work all the time, and every time I'm like, I shouldn't be wearing this to work, but no one says anything to me.
Because you're a manager.
But also no one.
I was a manager too.
No one reads it. Like everyone just thinks it's just a hat with a chicken on it. Yeah. And no one reads that it says cock until like people are mad. They're like, "Not like your hat."
Nah.
That's how I know when someone tells me that. It's because I know they read it.
Yeah.
They get closer. Like, I like your hat.
Nah, if I was wearing this hat
I know
with the kids, they would have made a big deal out of it. Exactly. Yeah. So they'd be like, cock. Yeah. They would have OD'd.
I want more of them.
Yeah. There's a whole collection of them.
I know, but they're expensive.
They are expensive. How much you pay for this?
Like $15 in a gas station though.
This one?
Yeah.
In a gas station?
Yeah.
Is this the real version?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
But
paid
then
I paid like $30 for mine
I went to go get another one.
at the gas station.
No, but then I found like the people who actually sell these hats, they sell them for way more. And I was like, oh, the gas station is selling them for so cheap.
Which gas station?
It was I don't fucking remember. But
Just spiked up the whole thing.
But I went back to get another one. That wasn't there no more.
Damn.
I think they got smart and took it down. They were like, oh, we're stupid. Why was this marked so cheap?
That's crazy.
But I want another one.
You probably thought that was the regular ass price.
Yeah, I was
too.
like, yo, this quality of hat is fantastic. I like the little graphic. And it's only $15.
Damn.
But no,
15 what?
Dollars?
I heard bones. There's only 15 bones. I was like, is that what we're calling
I said
it?
dollars? Bad fast. But
No.
it sounded like bones.
Oh man. So yeah, then I went to Baltimore. I hung out with Malik a lot. Played some Dead by Daylight. Introduced that to the group.
Fuck that game.
Bro, you had a hard time today, huh?
That game sucks.
Listen to that mini. It's gonna be like 30 minutes long.
You're gonna hear me just fucking be angry for a bit, which is basically have been the theme for these few episodes. I promise I'm not an angry person.
Bro said, I promise I'm more lighthearted than this.
I'm more chill. It's just this week has been.
Now you're blaming it on the week.
This week has been bad, bro. It's
That's
fucking
funny.
the painting. I think is what
Yeah, that
what
set
brought me
you
over.
off?
Yeah, I think that's what set me the fuck off. I think the dude
Bro
stared
said,
at me.
I had it up to here.
I think the dude staring at me in my sleep is what set me the fuck off.
Bro,
right
you
there.
woke up. He was like, "Who's that?" in there?"
I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so good. I was like, am I dreaming that there's some dude just staring at me? I had to, like, wake my ass up and be like, is that? I was like, there's no way. I had to, like, sit up and be like, is that a dude there? And I was like, that is a person. It was ridiculous.
You know what's funny? What if the landlord was like, "Yeah, nobody lives in the building"? And
That's probably what the fuck they told them.
And so when he was looking into your window,
he's like, is that a person
he's
living
like,
in here?
bro, somebody got mad shit in here.
Trying to rob me, bro.
Bro, he was like, "Yo, what they got?" He was like, "It looks like they got some headphones." He's like, "Luckily, all your expensive shit
all the
is
expensive shit is
facing
behind
this
the
way."
camera. Yeah.
But he's like, "Yo, he got mad like toys in there.
Yep.
He got some posters." And then you woke up and you stared at him. He was like, "Nope, you know I'm here."
He didn't though. That's what like normal people be like, oh like and react like, oh, I was staring at somebody and they're awake. Now that I'm weird, I'm the weirdo staring at somebody. I should not look at you anymore, dude. Zero, nothing. He gave just kept looking at me, and I was like, what the? I was like, even I was creeped out. I was like, what is going on right now? Like, why are you still looking at me? At this point, anybody normal, rational would have looked away. Why are we still staring at each other? And then he's like after I'm like, what? Like after I made a reaction, like, what are you doing, bro? He was like, and then he finally goes away, and I was like, what the fuck was that? So I'm sorry to the viewers. That's what set me off today. I'm not actually angry.
Let's end this in a positive note, Fabrian.
Yeah.
Okay. Two things.
What's up?
In the episode I did with Malik, I looked straight into the camera and I said, "Fuck you, Fabrian."
Oh.
And so when that comes out, I want you to react to that because that was funny. I explained why I said that to Malik. I was like,
Why'd you say it?
I want you to listen to it.
You want me to listen to it?
I want you to listen to it.
Okay, I'll listen to it.
But it was funny. It was for a reason. And I have a video, like, of me feeling that way, like, in the moment. And so I was like, I'm going to combo them, you know, like, on the clip. But it was pretty much about, like, something you sent me on TikTok. Just so you can kind of have an idea. And have an idea.
I know exactly what it is.
And I was talking to Malik about it.
I know exactly what it is.
And I was like...
Because it got me, too. That's why I sent it to you.
And so I was like, yeah, so you know the craziest thing Fabrian sent me? And he was like, what? And I was like, first of all, fuck you, Fabrian. Oh, man.
I remember it. Yeah, I know the exact video now.
Yeah, so...
I deserved it. Fuck you.
Yeah, that was I want to cut a little deep. But, second thing, Fabrian, okay? Since we've been negative this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, not all the whole
I
time.
know. But what's something positive that's happened to you
since you've been gone?
Since you've been gone.
Ain't no way, bro. How did we do? Yo, same brain cell for real, bro.
Same one.
What has been good?
Left brain cell.
I would say
positive. That's not good. Positive.
Positive.
What is something positive that has affected you or that you have done?
Positively, I'm sleeping a lot more.
Okay.
My diet is better.
Boom. Ugh.
My health is fantastic. I haven't.
At what cost?
What?
At what cost?
What you mean at what cost?
That beet juice sucked.
Oh, you a baby,
Bro, I was like,
You a baby. My health is better. I got a whole new PR on the bench. I'm out here getting fit and sexy.
Ooh.
So watch out to nobody because I ain't got nobody.
He don't gonna ever have nobody. You fake ass hoes.
Damn, ever? That's crazy.
Bro, nah, what you was telling me earlier.
What?
He's like, all of a sudden, like, I get a little rip. Now
hold
all
on,
the bitches want me.
Oh my God.
And he was like, you know what? Fuck you. You're like, fuck you.
I
like,
didn't say all that.
You shallow bitch. And then you started naming
yo,
the bitches'
what are you
names.
talking about?
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
You out here making this
shit
shit up,
speaking
bro.
of shallow bitches, shout out to Hannah.
Wow, you really just out here just saying shit, bro. God damn. I didn't say none of that. He's bugging out.
Nah, I was just saying about the sassy men bringing it back.
I know.
Because she just commented on that video, and that's been out for months.
Hey, listen, I am as sassy as it gets. If you don't like sassy men, you will hate me.
You'll hate him.
I'm sassy.
Sometimes I hate him. Sometimes he's too sassy.
Just be like, when you raised by a mom, dog, that's how it is.
Yo,
no dad.
So let's end it on a funny note.
Yeah.
How in the gym I was talking to you and you're like, yo, don't yell at me. And I was like benching, and then I just didn't say anything, and I started benching, and then I said, not me listening.
Because I don't even know what the fuck you just started yelling at me. I was like, bro, shut up, stop yelling at me. And you're like, you're right. And just kept going. You're like, not me listening.
And then in Whole Foods, you were like, I said the name of the milk brand wrong.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I say, Fairfax?
Yeah.
And what did you say? What's the name?
I was like, it's Fair Life, dumbass, or some shit
no,
like that.
No, you're like, it's Fair Life. And I was like, whoa, why are you so aggressive right now? I was like, be nice to me, bro.
And I had to catch myself. I was like, you're right. I don't know why the fuck I'm so aggressive.
So that was a little funny two-parter that we had today.
Listen, it's me. I'm on edge, dog.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Yeah, that guy fucked me up today, bro. My whole fucking day has been ruined by this motherfucking stare. You are the dude. Come on, I can't be the only one, bro.
Bro woke up, day ruined.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I can't be the only one that, like, if you interrupt like my sleep or like fucking like mess with it, oh, I'm angry like the whole time. And that's what happened. Like, I was peacefully sleeping. I was like cuddled up. I heard like
with nobody.
I heard. Shut up, bro. Fuck you. It was with nobody, but you don't gotta do me like that.
It was with the pillow, and he put his leg up. He was in a mad, vulnerable sleeping position.
I was.
Woke up. He's like,
really
"Who the fuck is that outside, bro?" Bro had his leg up, face on the pillow, hugging the pillow, leg on the top of the pillow. Listen. Woke up, some guy stared at him.
I was uncomfortable, bro.
Oh man, let's end it right here. A little short episode, 1 hour long. Finally.
That's short to you? That's long.
No, your pace, you'd be like, yo, let's talk for like 4 hours.
We got more shit to record.
Yeah, we do have shit to record, and my voice is getting a little tired, so I'm gonna need to sip some water.
Yeah.
And we will see you for the next one.
Peace on the streets.
Bye. Hey, I know where that's from.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You watch
PvP? Bia vs. Gia?
Wow. Yeah, Jesse and
Yo.
Gina. Wow.
I was sad when they broke up.
Same brain cell. Always.